Jumper News. It is April 7th, 2025. We got some people coming in, but right now we got
You
Remo in
you
the house.
you sure they coming?
I don't
I mean,
know
that's what I
where
was.
we at, man. We
Let's
going
call Tay
broke.
real quick.
We got Flockco in
We
the house
can't pay
too.
the people no more, man. Niggas ain't showing up.
Shit.
Oh wait, is suspect coming?
We going broke. No jumper going broke, man.
Have y'all called suspect this morning?
Suspect probably on the way.
No, cause
Nah, he was wearing a blanket and shit last time I seen that nigga was sick.
Almighty suspect being too sick to come to the No Jumper News sounds good in theory. And, I'm sure when he typed that up, he thought, yeah, they're gonna believe this. But really, he's been on quite the embarrassing run. It's like a generational embarrassment run, and it all revolves around those two fake watches that he's been flaunting in front of our faces for like the last 6 months. Now, see, Almighty Suspect, despite him being a terrible podcaster, he is also still known as like, a mid-tier rapper, and this is basically the rapper equivalent of tucking your tail. He literally tucked his watches and any other jewelry he might be wearing today because people with real jewelry were, in the building. Later on, Gunner gets replaced in that same No Jumper News clip by Ralphie the Plug. Ralphie the Plug, we know for sure, got some real jewelry, and those other young brothers in there definitely have some real jewelry on as well. I mean, yeah, I guess you could be faking the Rolly chain, but I highly doubt that that's the case here. So suspect tucked his tail because he didn't want that fugazi shit to be in the same camera shots, especially with all the roasts that he's the center of. So instead of rocking that fugazi nonsense, guess what suspect did? He draped himself in the same blanket that big old funky bison back Frederick has been rubbing and sharding his big nasty milk dud ass all over. The blanket that suspect is wearing smells like Flocco's farts. And he'd rather wear that than to have them fake ass watches showing around some real jewelry. He also tucks his tail with his personality, much like how we used to say Sharp acts like a totally different person once there's certain men in the room with him. He don't never keep the same energy. Suspect is actually the main one that's doing that now. He was a completely different person, respectful young man. None of that extra out yelling and grabbing napkins. None of that. No, no, no. Suspect just sitting there with the blankie on, trying to mind his business. Sir, this is a podcast. But anywho, let's. I'm gonna let the clip play now, and y'all let me know what you see with his mannerisms and whatnot. And this ain't even the theme of the video. We're gonna get to the real theme after this, which is Flocco back on a historic run of his own with the zestiness. We got a zesty bison. Got to drop that off at table 8. Let's get it.
I'm surprised
Like,
Wes ain't
do you
got a
need
face
like
tat.
other tattoos during your face tat, or do you just have to do something cool?
I
Like,
don't know if
you
they're
know?
gonna answer that. Something cool. You can just
Yeah, something cool. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
something cool. You gotta do something cool.
Go throw the opposite
Yeah.
party. You feel me?
Okay, I
You
feel
gotta
it.
do
Yeah,
something
yeah,
cool
yeah.
for your
You gotta do
tat on
something
your
cool.
face,
You gotta
brother.
put some teddy bears on the hops block.
Cause like I got like
Oh, you gotta
tattoo
do
artist
all that.
friends,
You gotta
and
do
they
all
like
Do something cool. That was a good one.
they won't tattoo
like
you
that.
if you don't have other tattoos. Like a lot of tattoo
Well,
artists.
you shouldn't like go straight to a face tat.
What you gotta know is
your
most
body gotta be
bro.
washed.
When get most of their tattoos, but they in the backyard. They not at somebody's shop
Man,
talking
they
about you
somebody
can't get no.
garage.
You
Yeah.
feel me? In the
Somebody
backyard,
living
fool.
room.
You're not getting no shop like, no, you don't got no tats yet. You can't hit your face. They in the backyard. You're from their section who do everybody tats over there. That's how that.
Yeah, so just FYI, your audio is not tripping. Your headphones aren't halfway in the jack. Your Bluetooth isn't, your Bluetooth headphones aren't dying. You're fully charged. All that blank audio is from the worst podcaster at No Jumper. It's a very close second place for worst with Flocco being right behind him. But at least Flocco, every other word isn't the N word or the F word. Like Almighty. Now, mind you, what I just played is at the beginning of the last No Jumper News. That would have been Friday. I'm recording this on Wednesday, so the Monday No Jumper News already happened. We're gonna get into that right now. But the Friday, no, so last of that week, the Friday No Jumper News, Almighty Suspect decided to start off the stream by demonetizing it. That was 10 seconds of N-word this, N-word that, N-word this. Automatic demonetization. They're live. They can't edit that out. It might be edited in the clips, but they're not even going to clip that. So just a little insight right there, right? Of how bad a podcaster this guy is. Like, why is it that you're 27, darn near 28 years old, and every other word that comes out of your mouth is the N-word? This is ridiculous. It's week after week. This isn't the first time. This is the first time that I'm going on a rant about it. Secondly, the last N-word that was bleeped out there was with a hard ER. He's describing the hood tattoo guy with a hard ER for no apparent reason. So if the 10-second N-word flurry wasn't enough to demonetize that stream, it for sure was cooked when he decided to throw the hard ER out there as well. How do I know this? Now, yes, suspect is black, so maybe the YouTube, when they have the real person review it, maybe they'll say, okay, turn it back on. Take it off yellow, put it to green. I don't know if it went to red. That would be kind of crazy. But probably from yellow to green, if the review person was like, oh, okay, well, he's black. But Adam, I had a video where some people in the comments took into question, well, did he really say it? He was just saying the sports team name, you know, the long form version, the Knicks. Guess what, y'all? Out of the last 20 videos, 19 of them are green on my channel. Only one of them is yellow. So just a little behind the scenes insight right there. We got the proofs if I really need to, but I'm not about to argue with y'all in the comments. Y'all can argue amongst yourselves when it comes to that type of trivial nonsense. And speaking of trivial nonsense, let's get back to the no jumper news.
He was cold as fuck.
And he's usually here early, so if he's not here yet by 12:20,
It's probably over with.
Yeah, man, he's not coming. Okay, well, we can't reach Tay. Listen, hopefully Tay not locked up, feel me? Right, because that's also
Damn.
Oh, everybody's getting locked up?
because that's also unusual for Tay as well. Wait,
To not show up, right?
yeah, let me pop it.
Why he gotta be locked up?
All right, so right here we have the Burbank water bison in full stance. This is a rare sight. Usually we only see him in a chair or like an extreme close up on his face, which is just insane choice of camera angle. But I mean, look at it. Look at this creature. Look at the folds on it. So what's funny is on the Tuesday show. There was some speculation about fat folds and even some personal accounts or stories that have been told of, people built like Flockco are the perfect people to smuggle things into prison. Since they're still talking about like loose cannon and brick baby and all that, they started off like the first hour and some change just talking about that in circles, low key. But so this Burbank water bison, aka Poetik Flakko of North Dakota, he low key caught some crazy strays. Maybe Adam has peeped the weirdo activity taking place on Flocko's page, and decided to take some jabs at him just to see how he responds. So I will be tuning in to see how Poetik Bison responds for sure. But let's check out this clip of just Lush and Adam and crew kind of going in on 600-pound bison back by way of it's kind of a subtle sneak jab. But Flockco loves Drake. We're gonna get to his love of Drake and just how deep it is a little bit later in this video. But Flockco loves Drake, so he could respect a good sneak diss, and this was a good sneak diss. I'll tell you what.
These phones in there so different. iPhones and that thing now.
And I'm gonna tell you this:
Right.
if you're on a PCR, bro, and you're doing content, I don't even want to hear nothing you saying.
Bro, King Pill told me that he saw a dude who had 4 phones and a charger all in his ass
Damn.
at the same time.
Flacco?
I mean,
wild.
Hey, I'm
does
say
Flacco have that kind of booty hole string? I don't know. I
Hall
don't
of
know.
Fame recoil?
You might lose it in there. Imagine you lose the charger block. You pull the cable out and the charger block's not on the end of it. And you're like, oh no.
You know what I want?
Hey, I've heard of really fat people smuggling crazy shit into LA County.
yeah,
Like,
really?
I'm saying, like, yeah, I heard
that
about
does make sense.
Stomach whoop.
Bro, under the stomach fat, this Mexican fool that brought in a tattoo gun, apparently.
Under
like,
the stomach fat is crazy,
So-
bro.
yeah. Because they're gonna look more deeply inside your booty hole than underneath your stomach flaps.
Man, you know what I kind of got stuck on the other day? It was like the side of YouTube that makes documentaries about all the disgusting things that have happened on my 600-pound life over the years. So I'm like watching that, and it's like a little compilation of all these like crazy moments with all the 600-pound life people, and it's just mind blowing. Like, bro, like like I don't like hate fat people, but there's a level of fatness that you can get to where it is just so beyond anything reasonable. It's like watching somebody who's such a bad drug addict that they could barely, get off the couch, that they're just like, fuck, their whole life is a complete disaster. Like, a lot of these people are on that level.
Man, shout out to 600-Pound Life and the associated YouTube videos. I feel like that's like a bored late night dad rite of passage. Like, I binged the shit out of some 600-Pound Life side content here and there, just kind of out of nowhere, get the itch for it, and just fire up the YouTube, because sometimes I don't feel like watching those full episodes on like on demand or on Max or something. So you just fire up the tube, look up some 600-pound stuff, and or you could also just watch No Jumper, or type in this bison back's name, Poetik Flakko, on YouTube, and you can watch a 600-pound life person fight through all of their struggles, and fucking all their trials and tribulations, and force out 10 low quality shitty YouTube videos a day. Oh, speaking of shitty low quality YouTube videos, even though in some people's opinion you're watching one right now, I'm not as bad as Flockco, I'll say that. Now, check this out. So Rollo is gonna receive a phone call from a board, Flocko and Remo, to start off their No Jumper news on Monday. It was a little slow. They were expecting some coworkers. I think they were trying to stall for some time. So Remo just decided to flex that he got the number of everybody in the industry. Shout out to Remo. When he decides to really start doing his YouTube shit, he's gonna be an industry titan. I would watch a podcast from Remo, but or like a series of interviews, whatever he decides to go with content, he's gonna be dope at it. But Flocko, this delusional bison back, thinks that he's that guy. Let me tell you something. You're not that guy, pal. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Poetic Bison. You're not that guy. Part of why you're not that guy is because how you decided to conduct yourself for like 5 years straight has just left a bad taste in the people's mouth. And he thinks that he's recovered from that just because he's bought enough bots to kind of outweigh the negative comments, or maybe he finally turned on moderation. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he got going on over there on that despicable channel of his. But what I am sure of is he was talking crazy about Rollo when Rollo got that. Rollo was one of the infamous people. He was known for kind of taunting the feds every chance he got. He made a whole slogan out of it. But at the end of the day, Rollo's an inspirational figure. He had those apartment buildings with all his homies and all their families living in if they need to and shit. He built his own communities with his homies and also had communities for profit. If that's not motivation, I don't know what is. But Flocko decided that he hates him because, he's a flashy young African American that's doing better than him. And, anybody doing better than Flocko, he must tear down. So, what I am is called balance. I'm here to remind the people and to tear down Flocko a little bit. Mind you, I have to keep up with my weight training because it's a lot of weight to pull down from that pedestal that he managed to waddle up. So let's get to tearing some bison meat off the bone and putting it on the grill. Yeah, Aunt got something for you. So check out this phone call and this little clip that I decided to grab real quick to go with said phone call.
We're gonna do one more call, man. We gotta call Rollo. See if Rollo answer the phone. It's been a lot. There's been a lot going on. Let's see if Rollo answer.
Oh yeah, with the Why So Woody shit
and the little baby shit and
I
seen a video recently where he was saying that.
Did he speak on Lil Baby?
Go look on your page. Sammy posted a post where he was saying that he don't think Lil Baby Young Thug fuck with him anyway. I seen it on your IG today.
Oh really?
Yeah.
See, let's see, man.
What's up, bro?
What's up? Hey, we live on No Jumper.
What it do, man?
What up, bro? Man, shit, just tapping in. It's been a lot going on.
Like Flacco, best YouTuber.
I haven't tapped in yet.
Who's that?
It's your boy Poetik Flakko. Anywhere you go, anybody you know, somebody got to know me, and we're back again with another one, folks. Now check it out. I want y'all to think about the flashiest rapper you know. Yes, the ninja who love to flex. I'm talking about the most ignorant rapper you know who just love to flex. Go to his Instagram, right? Look at his lifestyle, man. Look to see if he got any costs over $500,000. Right? Look at his garage. Then I want you guys to think about this. Do he got any songs on billboards? Have he ever sold any albums? Right? Is his monthly listeners on Spotify lit? Is he out here racking in views from rap? Then I want you to think, hold up now, Brad. Like, do this guy's accolades in rap, do his numbers match up to his lifestyle? You look at the numbers, and the numbers just ain't adding up. The math just ain't mathing. I got a harsh reality for you, Brad. That artist that you thinking about right now, he gonna be in jail in 2 or 3 years, Brad. Facts. Now, an artist who already suffered his fate is Rollo. See, Rollo was an up-and-coming artist from Atlanta, but you wouldn't know from his Instagram that he was an up-and-coming artist, bro. You would think he was on the level of Drake. You see, Rollo never sold no records, never had a hit record, but Rollo had every Ferrari, every Bugatti on the planet. He had like 40 apartment complexes. He had every car. He was out here flying private. He was living like a superstar, but his rap career ain't dictated. Even me watching Rollo, it never made sense. And if it ain't make sense to my nigga Cuticles, it ain't make sense to the feds. He was out here flexing the L and flexing the arrest. Right? So Rollo deserves the time just for simply being stupid. You see,
Y'all see, Flockco used to be out here big faceless. He was out here. Flocko was like a lazier version of point and shoot. Granted, yes, he was making that video before point and shoot was a thing, but maybe that's why he hates point and shoot so much, and that's why he had to buy 100,000 more subs than point and shoot. Not to make a point and shoot glaze video or nothing, but shout out to the big inspo. I'm very transparent on this channel of who my inspirations to ever start a YouTube channel even were. And I'll always shout out the people that indirectly, without them even knowing, inspired me to start up my own channel. Because why not? Why not shout out them? But see, Flocko, he's seen that point and shoot started after him, had darn near the same amount of subs going into 2025 as him. So, like, peep this. This is just off of memory because, you know, the whole beef that they had with the, you know, Flocko alleging that he's going to sue Point and Shoot. And, oh, side note, I think Flocko's giving YouTube advice to Sharice Mills because she thinks that that people need to tap in with her into her team via email to fair use react to their content. Ma'am, there's a way to even react to NBA content without having to, you know, fork over your ad revenue to them. Please, please, please do your homework. Anyways, but yeah, during the whole point and shoot beef, and you know, I'm still gonna buy my shirt and all that, even though I made nowhere near as much money as a Flocko off of the loose cannon and brick baby situation. Just mind that. I'm not gonna make a separate video on it, but apparently Flocko is giving Brick Baby, and has been for a long time, splits off of the ad revenue for any content that he makes that Brick Baby is the centerpiece of. So shout out to that little fun fact. But anyways, off the Snapple facts and back to the point and shoot versus Flocko beef that kind of, you know, ended 2024 and ushered in 2025. Flocko had like 175,000 subs, and Point and Shoot had hit 100,000 subs. Towards the end of 2024, right? Again, this is just a rough quote. You know, I might be a little off on the math, whatever. Y'all get the point in this case. This is not something that requires rocket science. Point and Shoot quickly was on his tail, is my point. And Flocko's been doing this shit for at least 5 years. Point and Shoot, his channel is not only a year old, but he's been doing this type of content for a little more than a year at this point that we're talking about. So that's a rapid growth compared to that garbage that you just saw, is my point. And that's probably why Flocko decided that he was going to try to get his entire channel taken down in a move that notoriously took all the partnership opportunities away from Fresh and Fit. They were already a headache for YouTube and any other platform that they decide to disgrace with their presence. And, that was the nail in the coffin. Now, what does this all have to do with this video? Not much, but just one more Snapple fact. Poetik Flakko once was a paying member of, guess what? A Fresh and Fit. Isn't that something? But anywho, let's get back into now Remo forcing Flocko to have a phone conversation with Rollo, somebody that Flocko has talked about in a crazy manner and light very publicly. As Flocko was just attempting to go viral every time he hops on his microphone, getting off his point and shoot style video, but his sausage link fingers wouldn't allow him to really put any time into the edits. Honestly, his competition was Cliff Road TV. He was even putting on that voice. He's seen the rise of Cliff and was trying to bite his swag or something. I don't know. But all I know is Flocko is a despicable media personality, if you even want to call him that. And let's watch him be fake and totally switch up his tone from what we just saw to just basically glazing Rollo for whatever reason. He might as well call him Big Bro in this. Oh, and the glazing of Flocko's glazing. This is only the beginning. It's about to get really disgusting. So check this out.
I just wanted to tap in with you. I'm here with Flocko. Big
Yo,
Flocko.
man.
What's up?
Hey.
What's up, Flacco?
Hold on.
Hey.
Let me give Flocko the phone. I know you got
Hey,
something for
listen,
you.
man. Hey, bro. Listen, bro. I keep telling you, man. Stop responding to these niggas, bro. Bro, listen, bro. Let me know their names, bro. I'll catch a body for you.
I don't want you to catch a body. I don't want you to do that.
Man, bro, listen.
Nah, Flocko's trying to, disguise it with a smile, but he trying to send this man back to federal prison. And, actually, my bad, I lied. There will be no more of the Rollo and Flocko phone call. But in a nutshell, Flocko was just kind of sitting there awkwardly smiling. He hands Remo the phone back after like a minute of talking to Rollo. Longest minute of Flocko's life, other than the last time he attempted to do one single lap of a mile on a treadmill. And we're gonna get into now the Glaze Fest, the real Glaze Fest. We're gonna fast forward a little bit it's gonna be some academics glazing, some Drake glazing, and then it all culminates together back into the same topics of glazing, because that's about all that goes on in Flocko's mind is glaze Drake, glaze Ack, and shit on everything else and everybody else, because that's all that matters in his life. And then of course food, but he loves food so much that he barely ever talks about it, other than when he referenced fried chicken and donuts not that long ago. But for the most part, he refrains from talking about food on camera because he knows what will happen if he does that.
It's his B-Day plus a live podcast, you feel me?
Word.
It's gonna be lit, man. Listen, bro, there's gonna be, bro, I feel like right now, we're watching Ack ascend into like a different tier now that nobody is realizing. Bro, Ack is, like he's ascending into like beyond hip hop now, right, bro? Like I'm seeing like actual like journalists from like Fox News and CNN like quote DJ Academics work, man. So, bro, shout out to Academics, man. Now, here's the thing though. So Ack is what, 33, 32?
33, 32, something like that. Maybe 35.
Adam is 40. Vlad is
40.
Yeah, right, bro. It's interesting to see like the new crop of niggas, right? Cause I feel like the class of 2016, that was like the Academics, the Adams, the Say Cheeses, the feel me, right? Like feel me, like that, like and their freshman class is 2016.
Yeah.
The next freshman class I think is the pandemic class, right? Who's the pandemic, man? I'll say no, yeah. And then the following class we don't have a following class yet, right? Because
Of media personalities?
yeah, because like what's the dirt is the pandemic. Art of the dialogue is the pandemic. Yeah, we don't have like.
So where do you feel like you fit in this?
I'm 2021, so that's the pandemic, right?
So you feel like you're the pandemic baby?
Yeah, right. But then also too, like with with like what we do, it takes 10 years to really be on meaning this, right? Like for example, man, cause I'm starting a new podcast. Well, it's like my first official subtitle podcast, right? And my first 3 guests, so is academics.
Tasha K.
Yeah, right. Fresh.
Strong
right?
lineups. Strong startup right there.
You feel me? Right? Fresh, right?
That's hard.
I'm trying to get Myron too, so
just a quick little correction here, because that actually doesn't make any sense. Not just the part where he's like a DEI hire at No Jumper and he's not actually good at podcasting and he's not a good interviewer either. All that aside, and speech impediment aside as well, because as you see when he's glazing act and things like that, he talks like a normal person for the most part. But what Flocko just described is a series of interviews that he has lined up. He's basically going to do the pull up, not No Jumper, Joe Budden. Remember, he like pulls up on artist. He pulled up on Vince Staples. That's a classic interview. He pulled up on a couple other people that are good interviews, right? One-on-one sit-down interviews, nice lighting, maybe in the studio in front of the board, maybe at Airbnb, maybe at someone's actual living room, at the actual porch that they jumped off of at 12 years old. Things of that nature. One-on-one, intimate, deep dive, real journalistic interviews. Where you prep for weeks, months, whatever, bunch of questions. You listen to everything the person ever made. Nardwar is like the on the spot version of that, but it's a lot of prep that goes into what he does, right? He's like an encyclopedia of whoever he's interviewing. And whatever, y'all get it off of those examples, right? This fool just said, I'm starting my first podcast. One, nobody wants to hear you on a podcast, especially not one of your own. Hell no. Well, I shouldn't say nobody because apparently the dude has fans. When you subtract whatever amounts of hundreds of thousands of bots he has, there still is like 20 to 50,000 fans. So, and that's why his views are about 20 to 50,000. And then sometimes he has an outlier that's like 80 to whatever. He's got the 300K, 400K. Everybody got a stemmy from the Rico, for sure, right? It's kind of a lightning striking type of situation. In the content space, everybody's views are going to go up during that moment. Then you're going to see a little settling, and then, whatever, the next wave. Ride the wave. Now, little analogy aside, Flocko doesn't even know that what he's describing is an interview. He's sitting here saying, so we're going to take your word for it that ACK is ascending in media, but you don't even know how to describe it, what a series of interviews is versus what a podcast is. But anywho, let's finish hearing this nonsense.
I'm trying to do Fresh and Myron, right?
Yeah.
And I got an Hypno Carlito. You feel me?
Oh yeah, from OTF.
Right.
Former OTF. I don't know if he's still OTF.
Hey, right? No, but like he's the only like musician that I'm gonna do, right? Right? Like the first season is gonna be all media personalities, right? So like so
you filming in LA?
No, so like I'm here. So
it's gonna
I start filming the 23rd. So like I'm going to New York. I'm gonna probably knock out academics. I wanna do Wayno, and I'm gonna probably do. I wanna do Miss O'Laurin. So I'm gonna probably like knock that out. And then I have to go to Florida, to do Tasha K. Like that's like, so So like that could probably be like a Friday or Saturday, and then Latasha K will be like that Monday. You feel me? Yeah, right. So then like yeah, so then Florida would be like Tasha K and then Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah, man, bro. Bro, I'm very excited for like to really like have like like a official
Podcast.
but then also too like it's not gonna be like the streaming right like where people stream and they call it no like it's actual like yo like
high production.
High production. I'm putting all just a bunch of money into it.
Yeah.
Putting a bunch of money into a series of interviews. It's kind of crazy. Good luck with that, Bison back. Good luck. If it was my money that I'm investing, I think I'm gonna go the route of I don't know weight loss, and not even on no like vain shit, but just because like how could you even live comfortably being the size that you are? And then outside of weight loss, probably some real estate, maybe get like a rental car lot or something. Things that will make me money all the time without me having to be hands on with it all the time. Uh, but yeah, for sure, dude, who can't even describe what an interview series is and needs the only other person willing to show up and work with you today. You need him to finish the sentences for you. Yes, you should invest whatever money you put aside for investing into a quote unquote podcast. I actually can't wait to see how this plays out. But now we're gonna get to this is the best part I think of this episode that we're reviewing here, which is Flocko starts to spaz. He starts glitching. No Twitch, just well, I mean he does Twitch, but no glitch on the Twitch. He starts glitching on the tube and just starts, man, him and Remo have a nice back and forth that just brings out the gayness in him, which is like it's a weird thing to come out once you get excited. But without further ado, let's watch Flocko glaze Drake. Sorry, I'm at like a loss for words because what you're about to witness is disgusting and it probably needs a disclaimer, but this is the disclaimer, so check it out.
Drake used to be corny as fuck. 100%. Like, so for you
like when? Like what? Like
nigga,
as
like,
a child, maybe.
No, when he was
as a kid.
No,
like,
bro. There's clips of him, bro. There's like a video.
What?
There's like a video of Drake.
You tell me a corny Drake. Okay.
I'm not saying his raps. I'm talking about his mannerisms and how he used to carry himself.
Tell
like
me a corny Drake moment. Just off the top of your head.
All right, so Remo ended up going with like a 2 Chainz and Nicki Minaj and Drake video of some sort, and I forget the other example right now. It was pretty well known though, but the one that comes to mind the most is that Drake has been a walking meme literally since 2013. Like that question is actually pointless. That might as well be a rhetorical question. Like Drake has been a laughing stock for a long, long time. The only thing that's been saving him is that the music sounds good. As soon as the music started to sound like kind of not even dated, but just the gig, whatever the saying is, it was up. We had enough of the bullshit. He got booed off of the Flognog stage. That was the beginning and the end for real. Was when he got booed off of that stage by all the younger crowd, right? Once the youth was no longer rocking with Drake, all you have left is like the 30-plus-year-olds that grew up on your music. The people that were in high school during your prime are gonna clinch on to you a little bit more because there's a lot of core memories that are attached to listening to Drake. For the older crowd that is the crowd that makes up the hip hop listening space, right? Now the problem for Drake in getting in the beef when he did with Kendrick, which Kendrick is very calculated and smart, and it's why he had a flawless victory, is because of how he just mapped it all out. Guess who else was capturing key moments in people's lives? Was being the soundtrack provider to the key moments in people's lives. Kendrick, right? Good Kid, Mad City came out. everybody was like, wow, this dude has the potential to be the GOAT. But then you already had like the Justin Bieber marketing effect in a way where the people that listened to Section 80, like myself, we felt like, oh no, we've been telling you for a minute now that Kendrick is hard. The people that were watching Kendrick freestyle on the steps, yeah, Kendrick on the stairs, they had even more of a Justin Bieber marketing effect. Look it up. Justin Bieber marketing Scooter Braun strategy. Look it up. I'm not going to go into detail on that right now. But that's essentially that's why Kendrick fans ride so hard for Kendrick, right? Is because they feel like they helped discover him. We got to see him get introduced to Dr. Dre and all that, and then Dr. Dre stamping him, Snoop Dogg stamping him. So it felt like we discovered Kendrick Lamar along with the rest of the industry. Great marketing, great rollout, regardless of how organic all that stuff is. I'm sure some of it's organic, some of it was like played up a bit for the media, but still semi-organic or whatever. But my point is, Drake has been corny. Kendrick is just saying what everybody has been thinking. Or not everybody, but what a lot of people have been thinking. And that's why the beef was a flawless victory, in a nutshell. I can do probably 20 videos breaking down the beef. It is the greatest hip-hop beef of our lifetime, for sure. I'm speaking as someone who is under the age of 40. So those of y'all that have seen like the Tupac and Biggie beef play out might say it's number 2 in that. But I think even then, most people will say that this is the best musical beef, the best rap beef of all time. That it's even surpassed the Biggie and Tupac beef. And you know, we'll see how it ages. I think it's gonna age like the finest of wines. But Flocko, he's he's sticking to his guns. Being a Drake Glazer is a part of his identity because it's a part of academics' identity. And yeah, I mean, I had to find where the meme came from, and it's from a DJ Khaled song technically, which is "No New Friends," which we have the little montage of embarrassment right here. This is from the "No New Friends" music video. This music video is where the infamous Drake in those Timbs with the striped socks and the shorts. That's where the meme comes from, and somehow Flocko is gonna sit here and argue about Drake has the most aura in the world, which is gay. But not only is he gonna argue that, you can clearly see in some of these shots that Drake allowed himself to be out auraed or out dripped by 2 morbidly obese people, by Rick Ross and DJ Khaled. We're both dressing way better than Drake. So let's let the video roll now, as you have seen what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it on this one.
But it's an old ass clip, but like there's a whole bunch of, even with Drake with the BlackBerry
What?
freestyling with the Funk Flex
That's
clip.
aura, nigga.
Yeah, all right.
Wait.
Leave it to a culture vulture to call freestyling with the BlackBerry that has a bunch of pre-written raps on it. Of course, he thinks that's aura. Completely disregarding and disgracing what the whole freestyle culture is aura to this dweeb.
You remember the Funk
Are you
Flex?
saying him with the BlackBerry behind a water bottle ain't aura?
Behind the water bottle. I don't remember that one. You remember the clip
Yeah.
with him and Funk Flex?
Listen though,
each section
right?
of the country, of the
Bro.
world.
Bro, listen, bro. Right? And here's what's crazy too, though. He has aura here before he got cute.
Excuse me, sir. So this is the same guy that asked a 40-plus-year-old Lush One for the fade over playing with his family's name. Meanwhile, this is essentially you're playing with your family's name right now. Yeah, it's not as bad as what you were being accused of in the Reddit, but you're literally playing with your family's name. If I'm your family member, I'm looking at you kind of crazy at the next Thanksgiving. Other than however many plates Jalo was grabbing at Thanksgiving, I would already be looking at bro crazy. He also seems like the family member that will shamelessly leave a big old turd in your toilet and got the nerve to tell you, "Hey, bro, your toilet's broken." No, you broke my toilet. You fat monster.
Imagine his aura right now. Oh my god.
He said before. So what you think he's cute when?
Where he got the beard and sorry, okay, sorry, like not cute, but Drake got handsome when he got the beard and the deep waves. You feel me? Like
The deep waves is crazy.
what? Oh,
then he
one pause.
No, hell no, you can't pause now. You seen that? He started spazzing because he almost felt something below the waist for once. I'm sure the circulation in that bison body of his is pretty messed up. It's probably real puzzle like in there. The blood don't know where to rush, but he almost felt something and started spazzing out. That was worse than the wait though. That was worse than that. I don't know what that was. We haven't even witnessed that spaz yet. That's a new type of spaz on camera for Poetik Bison.
Still got waves?
I don't know. I don't.
Oh, that's crazy,
Drake
bro.
got braids right now? I don't know.
Right now, nigga. But bro, there was a point, nigga, where Drake had to.
Do Drake still got braids right now? I don't even remember. I don't know what he got going on right now.
Man, come on, bro. What the? That's not aura, nigga. Listen, bro. Listen, nigga.
That shit like you trying to ride his face.
This nigga trying to play it cool,
That's
nigga.
not aura.
Nah, he
That's
got aura,
more-
nigga.
What the fuck
That's
is that?
not,
Like,
nigga, I don't know what that. But listen, bro, that's a Cosmo, nigga.
Man,
That's not
hell
aura,
nah.
nigga. That's bro. This is Cosmo aura, nigga. Listen, bro. Aura like this, bro, is shit that niggas like bro Cardi can never achieve, nigga. Listen, bro. Listen, bro. Oh wait, go back up real quick. No, up. Yeah, no, right. Yes. Oh, come on, cuz.
You think he look good right here?
Oh yes, come on, cuh. Yo. This is disturbing. Is this what it sounds like in Jalo's bedroom? When he's listening to Take Care for the 10,000th time while pulling out the Diddy oil to fight with himself? He be in there talking about yes, come on, cuh. I like the way you hit that note. What's going on? What's going on at No Jumper? This is crazy.
A rapper alive match the aura that you're witnessing in this video. Bro, like,
Come on, man.
again, man, yo,
Lil
bro.
Wayne is the aura of rap, bro. Lil Wayne brought all the aura.
God needs to start making rappers like Drake again, bro. Because this era was the undefeated era. Bro. Man, cut it out, bro.
Man, I remember when people like Flockco used to get checked something crucial. I'm talking about even when we were in like middle school and high school growing up in the LA area. Like, I tell y'all all the time, I am non-affiliated. I do not claim no gang. I'm not from the street life at all. Honestly, I'm a whole suburban nigga. That's just me keeping it a stack. But what we all knew growing up was that if you play like how Flocko is playing, somebody's going to step to you about that. And you're going to have to see somebody about that. Whether you know when it's coming or not, somebody's going to have a problem with you joking around like that, twisting your fingers up as if you from somewhere. Somebody's going to check you. LA dudes don't play about that shit. And it's just crazy to me that Flocko can sit up here every week, 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes even damn near 5, like a whole business day, whole business week, and just play with people's culture just because he got some money? Because he's getting extorted? Like, I mean, you could say that Chris Brown was being extorted. Some people said that that's how he started off, being where he's from or whatever, is this an extortion play or whatever. But at least he's not out here. He never made people's culture look disgraceful. Now, I'm not sitting here, as a law-abiding citizen, I'm not about to sit up here and just defend gang culture to the fullest. But there's a way to speak against that and a way to lead the youth down a better path without doing what Flocko does, where he's basically making a mockery of what some people were born into. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, almost every person that's from the land at the end of the day has somebody in their direct bloodline that is or was gang affiliated or from a set of some sort. That's just what it is. I'm talking about African Americans. that's just what it is. Growing up in this area, right? Everybody got an uncle, a cousin, a dad, a sibling, whatever. Someone directly in the shit in your family that was in the shit. Um, and Flocko does not at the end of the day. And some people's person will say, "Hey, sit you down when you're young." I'm talking about before you're even 10, 11 years old, before you're even in your early teens. You get that talk, especially as a black man. You get that talk like, "Hey, this is the environment you're growing up in. I've made this decision in my past. I don't advise that you make the same mistakes or decisions that I made. If you can find a better way, I advise that. Or even if you got some people that can even show you a better way because they found a better way, or they got friends that found a better way, or you got other family members that they're going to put you on to, hey, so-and-so got a business, so-and-so works over here, go intern with them. Like, there's so, I don't know, it's so, like, there's so many better ways to speak out against the things that Flocko takes pride in so-called speaking out against, while he then turns around and makes a mockery of the same people that he's speaking out against. You can speak out against people without demeaning and belittling them. Uh, yes, this is a whole roast video that you're at darn near the end of that I belittled him, but Flocko deserves to be checked. I won't even say belittled. That's too strong of a word. But he deserves to be checked every chance that we get, and he keeps on giving us moments. And maybe we'll see how his interview series goes, because it sounds like season one's gonna drop. I'm gonna make a prediction. Season one's gonna drop. I'm not gonna say if it's gonna flop or be a hot show or whatever. Especially when someone buys views and followers, who knows what's actually hot and what's not. But what I will say is, I bet you it will take 3 to 5 years before season 2 drops. I bet you that. Um, but yeah, so now we're gonna get into Flocko doing the ultimate glaze of academics. So that was the Drake glaze right there, and it got real sus towards the end. We started off with sus, we gonna end it sus, damn near. Pause, but let's get into this Drake. Sorry, not Drake. Let's get into the academics glaze, where Flocko called DW Flame his daddy just last week. Remo called him out on it, but now Flocko had to set the record straight on who his daddy really is. And just a little word of advice or whatever, a little spoiler alert. He's not about to claim someone with the last name Jarlo as his daddy.
The
I don't know
reference
it,
track
and you
lead,
don't know it, but y'all assume that it's the bars got written. Why? Because y'all have a
and
bias
just
against
because Drake is daddy to you, you're just trying to say, oh no, he didn't need to help him. He just helped him perfect the flow. No, nigga. If you fucking wrote those bars, Drake took
I have
some of
one
the
daddy, sir,
Drake
and it's academics,
is
not Drake.
DW Flame.
No.
You said daddy DW.
No, it's daddy academics.
Yo,
That's the
you know
first
how
thing,
much times,
okay?
like, bro, we need to counter. All right, one time you said that I would never call another grown man daddy. Academics is not my. Now you're in here, so he's daddy today, but like a month
I
ago,
didn't say daddy.
you just said I have one daddy, and that's DJ Academics.
I said I'll never call another man czar or king, and that was
No,
during my.
that was recent. There's other video when me and you had the same argument. You said I would never call another grown man daddy.
I
You
don't
said so
recall saying
academics.
that. No, academics is my father. Yes.
Yeah, so that's the end of another episode here on this channel, Just Clips One. If you're hearing my voice right now, you're the real MVP, and I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that have lended me some of your time to watch this here content. And as always, especially, well, I guess not as always if you're a newcomer, but to the newcomers, like, comment, and subscribe to help the algorithm. If you enjoyed this content, the best way that you can contribute to the content is to help it grow by way of those free avenues that you get to help it grow by leaving your like, comment, and or subscription if you're not subscribed already. Don't stay a returning unsubscribed viewer for too long. If this is your, we have a little rule here. If this is your third video, shoot, I'll twist the rule every time because I don't remember what I said the last time I said this. but this is your third video of mine that you've watched in the last 30 days, you might as well hit subscribe. You know, we're going to keep on entertaining. We're going to keep on cutting these clips up in a way that, you know, is entertaining and whatnot. And I'm going to keep on going on these little rants, too. Because I'll be having a lot of shit to say when I'm watching content. It is what it is. But I'll see you on the next one.
He thought he was in control. How wrong he was.